Hey everyone, welcome to Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey. So I wanted to share with you my experience that I had with last weekend's celebration at the Country Squire for the 500th and final episode of this Country Squire radio podcast. What a great time we had. It was a great weekend. Um, a, a quick rundown of what actually happened. The cool thing was that John David invited me and some of Pipedom royalty to come over to his house the Friday evening before the event, and we had a kind of informal cocktail party. It was really fun. We had lots of folks there. Jeremy McKenna, president of Sutliff Tobacco, was there. Shannon Hawk, who's the general manager of Missouri Meerschaum, was there. Bo York, the wives of John David and Bo. Just a really nice event, very informal. And I really felt like I was out of my league. Got to kind of hobnob and talk tobacco and just kind of pick people's brains about the industry and the way things are going. It was a fun evening. It lasted a lot longer than what John David had expected, but still, it was a fun time. The next day, that Saturday, started around 11 o'clock in the morning with checking in. We got to pick up our ID badges, and we received a Country Squire goodie bag. We paid $25 for the event, each person, and we got way more than what we paid in our goodie bags. It was really cool. It contained a 3-ounce bag of coffee beans from the Bean Fruit Coffee Company. It had a travel bottle of Cathead honeysuckle flavored vodka, which was really nice. It had a dark chocolate shaped pipe in there, which mine melted because I put it in the truck, but it still tasted good. I ate it. There was a pocket jar from the pipery that was filled with John David's new blend that he made just for the event to specifically pair with barbecue. And on that pocket jar, it had the Country Squire Radio logo on it with the 500th episode, and I was there. And the barbecue was part of the lunch also, so that was included with our $25. The name of the blend was called Fine Then, and you need to listen to the final episode when it airs to kind of figure out why John David called it that, but it was pretty cute. There was a button that was included that we could wear that was basically a button for the celebration of the 500th episode. There was a small keychain included from Missouri Meerschaum that had a little bitty baby corn cob pipe on it that was really, really cute. My little grandsons, when I brought it home, they wanted it, so they've got it now. The show was held in an empty old Chinese restaurant that was about 2 doors down from the shop. And there were approximately about 100, maybe even a little more, 100 folks there that watched the final episode. And it took a couple of hours to record. It was nice. JD gave a short presentation on the city of Jackson, things to do around in the city of Jackson, and a history of the Country Squire, which is really interesting. Afterwards, after the taping of the show, we all went outside and mingled in the parking lot and also inside of the shop, where they had hired a band to come and entertain us, and it was a bluegrass band, and they were pretty cool, and they played all sorts of different types of music. It was nice to chat and mix with folks of all sorts and all places and backgrounds. There were folks from everywhere: Michigan, New York, Georgia, Florida, even some folks from Canada that were there. I bought some while I was there, I bought some hard to find tobaccos along with the new max size pocket jars that are going to be coming out here pretty soon. It's about double the depth of a regular pocket jar. So if you're a person that uses those, you'll be really interested in these. Another cool thing that happened while we were there was that Jeremy McKenna, who is the president of Sutliff Tobacco Company, brought in about 500 tins of a special edition tobacco that he had blended and produced for the occasion. And everyone that purchased a ticket got to take one of those home. So it was basically a straight red Virginia tobacco with no toppings, no nothing on it. It was basically pure straight Virginia, and it was really good. The event was great. It was well organized. I thoroughly enjoyed myself meeting new friends and visiting and rekindling old relationships. It was just a good time. And we all left around 7 o'clock. We went to go eat supper and then met up again at the end of the evening at a brewery just to kind of wrap things up for the event. What a great time that we had. What a great way for the Country Squire Radio to go out and just be celebrated by all the folks that listen, and just a really good spirit of friendship that was there. Everyone enjoyed it. Everyone had a great time. So what I've got for you today is just a little bit of a collage of pictures and videos. I hope you enjoy it. This is a recap of that party that we had last weekend. Guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget, make all your piping moments count. We'll see you next time. Enjoy the video. Bye.
This man makes his living with words.
Let me tell you something. Michael Scott ain't got nothing on me, man.
It's open. It's open? Oh, okay.
The reality is that 10 years ago I had this crazy idea in the middle of Mississippi to start a podcast company. And then I had a harder time to convince people or really explain to people back then what a podcast was in this area. And then I had to try to sell somebody on the idea of actually doing a podcast. And fortunately, for all of y'all, but unfortunately for him, there was one person who was dumb enough, crazy enough, smart enough, ingenious enough, and absolutely insane enough, I probably said that twice, to actually give me the chance to do that. Well, John David will say so many kind, wonderful things about me, and I'm going to save this tomorrow. I want to save some of this for tomorrow, but I feel like I need to do it tonight. The reality is, all I got a chance to do was to hold up a microscope to this wonderful man and the amazing experience that he had created in the Country Squire. This was an amazing shop, not necessarily because of the amazing products that were being sold there, which of course there are amazing products which will continue to be sold there, and thank you to all the people from the industry that are represented.
From Salt Lake, Missouri.
But the reality is, it is the amazing experience and the community that you had developed there, and we're in the process of developing. And all I did was be able to hold up a spotlight to it so that so many different people could see it. So I just want to say, as much as it's been just such an honor to ride this journey with you. It's really been about elevating you and putting you on that pedestal that you absolutely deserve to be on. So I say raise your glasses here to John David Cole, the Country Squire, and to the past 10 years and to the next 10 years of the Country Squire.
Hey, JD!
Sure. Thank you, y'all. It's seriously, it's such an honor for, all of you guys to be here. I don't know how much, most of y'all know this story, or maybe some of you, but, 10 years ago, our shop didn't have 2 nickels for us together. We were a historic shop with a really neat story, but it was really close to insolvency. And we worked our tail off. I remember the cigar reps would come around and leave these cigars like for us to sample and stuff. And they'd leave the store, and I'd go around and pick them up and put them in bags and then sell them for 3 times their value. Sue, you remember? We were broke, and I was just seminary dropout and just trying to make this thing work. And we worked really hard, and we started blending our own blends again, which we hadn't done in several years. And then we doubled down on our story. We wanted to tell our shop's story and tell our and try to communicate that to the greater Pike community. And then my crazy friend from a Bible study was like, we can talk about that on a podcast. And I'm like, what? And guys, I just, it all in the Lord's providence happened, boom, 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 in a sequential order. And now we have regular customers in Indonesia, and the Joker's here from Michigan.
He is.
And he's from New York. He can't even admit to his friends that he went to Mississippi.
I was asked if I had my shots.
Right.
What about the ones from Canada?
So, and then that's not even just talk about the people from Ottawa. They don't even speak our same language. So I just want to acknowledge the fact that we've worked our tail off, but a lot of dominoes had to fall in a very specific order for us to be successful. And by God's grace, they did. And Bo's a part of that. And we get to do this tonight. I'm really honored by that. So, enough with the tears.
Let's go, smoke something, baby.
It's really wonderful.
Right.
Smoke them if you got.
Welcome to you guys.
Well, I'm gonna go get it.